Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome once again to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. My spiritual advisor, praise the Lord, is Bradley Roll. Brother Roll, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
Today is Wednesday. It is the last day in the month of July. So today is the 31st day of July in the year of our Lord 2024. And I want you to know that I have emerged as the national chairman of Donald Trump Save America Bahamas branch. And so it's very important as we wage this campaign, and I thank God that I am now in possession of the flags of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and the flag of the United States of America, because this campaign is a major campaign taking place in America. And I want every American to know it's time to get ready to elect Brother Donald Trump, because not only will he be President of the United States, he will be the leader of the free world. So that's very important to establish. Meanwhile, overnight, there has been another gun violence. We'll talk about it. And we will talk about a scandal in the cultural community of the country. I'm going to show you corruption brought on when principles are not obeyed, when the laws are not complied with. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. It's powerful. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. There are many local issues that are affecting the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. We're going to deal with it. But I want the Commonwealth of the Bahamas to recognize that there is an election taking place in the United States of America. And we have to campaign here in the Bahamas because we are blessed with 12 million tourists. These are principally Americans, and we have to assist them in making up their minds to vote for Donald Trump. I have about 3 taxi drivers who are currently watching Freedom March, and they have some tourists with them. So I want to welcome those tourists to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I want you all to know that we are happy to have you here. And I want you to know that while I'm not an elected representative of the people, I am their leader. And as such, I pledge our allegiance. That is the Bahamians who support my leadership. We are committed to electing Donald Trump. And we represent the Negro people. Now, there are some of us who are not pleased with Donald Trump, but the vast majority of us, those who are Christians, we believe in Donald Trump. So we welcome you. And to show you how much we love Donald Trump, watch this, my American people. This is powerful, this is powerful, this is powerful. So, I now invite my spiritual advisor, Brother Bradley Roll, to spread the gospel. Brother Roll?
Thank you so much. We're going to go to the New Testament today, the book of Matthew in particular. I think we're going to look at chapter 6. What did God really mean when he says that he wants us to love our enemies? Let me see if we can understand. The Gospel according to Matthew chapter 6, starting verse number 38. And here's what Jesus says. You've heard that it was said, eye for eye and tooth for tooth. But I tell you, do not resist an evil person. If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to them the other cheek also. If anyone wants to sue you and take your shirt, hand over your coat as well. If anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them 2 miles. Give to the one who asks you, and do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you. You've heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and he sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Are not even the tax collectors doing that? I tell you, let's go, producer. And if you greet only your own people, what are you doing more than others? Do not even pagans do that? Be perfect. Therefore, as your Heavenly Father is perfect. Here ends the reading of God's holy and most precious word. May the word of God forever and ever be blessed. Amen. Thank you, producer. Back to you, Senator.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Indeed.
Well, folks, it was sad again yesterday evening when a 34-year-old Negro man by the name of Oral Roberts was murdered shortly after 6 p.m. And of course, when I got the news, I was kind of stunned when I was told that Oral Roberts had just been killed. And for a moment, I became confused because the name Oral Roberts, it's a famous name in the world, because for those of you who are students of religious history, you would be aware that Oral Roberts is an evangelist, a pastor in the United States of America who has died. He died in, I think, December of 2009. And of course, we all know that Oral Roberts, the American, I think he has established like a university in the United States of America. You had people like the former F&M Minister Zhivago Lang. They all attended the Oral Roberts University. So it took me a while to recognize that no, they were referring to a local citizen who lives in the Fox Hill community and who, it is alleged, happens to be among a number of Negro suspects in the robbery of about $1.5 million from one of the airports in the southwestern part of the island. And we receive, according to news media, that Oral Roberts, a 34-year-old Negro man, he had been apparently to the police headquarters where an investigation is taking place into police corruption. And from all reports, there are residents who are alleging that the gunman who shot him was driving a car with a red license plate. So that is the major controversy that is taking place. The police is investigating. The family is very upset. His mother has accused the police of killing her son. So this is what is going on. Apparently, at least 3 Negro men who are suspected of being a part of a major local ring in the robbery of the government's money have met an untimely death. And as a result of that, there has been many rumors, many speculation. And the Central Detective Unit Chief, he had to take garden leave. And the Commissioner of Police has informed the public that officials of the Security and Intelligence Branch is conducting an investigation. So it's a very sad situation. And I want to appeal to young men that I accept that you have a right to life, but we have to be very careful, because in many societies, it becomes very difficult when the state becomes aware that you are the person who it is alleged to have robbed the state and stole $1.5 million. I believe in the rule of law, but in many societies, when you rob the state bank, when you rob the government money, all kind of mysterious things can happen to you. I'm not condoning anything. I'm merely trying to warn young people going forward. Let us commit ourselves not to rob the government's money. We have to commit ourselves to that. We have to commit ourselves that if we are aware that our friends and our relatives is alleged to have robbed the government them, we cannot associate with them because the government wants its money. And we don't know what could happen when you steal or is accused of stealing big, big money. And that robbery at one of the airports was one of the most sophisticated robberies that we have had in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. There's been no robbery as sophisticated as this. I just don't understand how, with all that sophistication, all that cleverness, how is it that those who are alleged to have participated are being killed? There are many theories that the police should pursue. I accept that the police must investigate the voice note and the allegation. But certainly, if there is $1.5 million, how many people can effectively and efficiently get away with $1.5 million? I have observed where a couple of $1 million had to be moved. And to move that couple of $1 million, it took all kind of men and all kind of security to efficiently move the money less than 4 feet into a particular building. I stood right there and I said, wow, this is amazing. So the thing that we have to say to our young sons and daughters, listen, let us learn from what is taking place. Let us learn that even when you are part of a team, a part of a gang, the gang brothers may not want to share. And so you can have a situation where one gang member could be killing another gang member, and in their cleverness, they can throw the blame on the police. That is not to say that the police in corruption could also be a part of this level of crime. But this must be a lesson to us. Many years ago, Commonwealth Bank was robbed, and it was robbed about $1 million. And that ended up being very tragic. Many of you were not born, and they've hidden this from you. But I have decided that I shall reveal it to you. I shall tell you how Commonwealth Bank, I was shocked when, if I have it correct, because it's more than 20 odd years ago, I think it was an armor car that pulled up at Commonwealth Bank on East Bay Street, and a number of Negro men participated in that robbery, and in the process, they executed the security guard. I can't remember if they killed all of them, but I'm certain that they killed one. And of course, there was a run with the money. They got rid of the money, they hid the money, and they kept their mouth closed. Now, one of the men, he fled to the United States, and that is one of the allegations that is emerging, where it is alleged that perhaps some, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 of the robbers run to the United States. The danger that they face is the same danger that the Negro man who was a part of that robbery over 20 odd years ago, who robbed Commonwealth Bank. The FBI got him! And he returned to the Bahamas, and the next day, a major controversy developed because he was killed. And that created a lot of controversy. Nobody's going to tell this to you. We have hidden this. But I believe that I have a duty as long as I'm alive, and I have the capacity to remember, to remind you of what happened when the first armored vehicle was robbed. And I am able to tell you that based on intelligence, that $1 million was never found. Commonwealth Bank ain't find the money, and the police ain't find the money. And as the years ran, there were all kind of rumors about where this money ended up. Some Negroes said it went to Bimini. Some said no, it was in Abaco. Others said it was in Eleuthera. And then I, in my capacity, I began to listen to it, and I finally accepted what the last set of Negroes reported, that $1 million, perhaps $1.5 million, perhaps $2 million, is hidden somewhere in Eleuthera. Okay? So it's important for us to know the history. So I call on young people, one, let us discontinue these armed robberies. Let us stop thieving the government money. There are many citizens who have stolen the government money, and most of them who steal the government money are basically the people who are cashiers, people who are working in the office. They have been able, to a large extent, to steal the government money. But if you rob the government of $1.5 million, ah boy, let me warn you all, for heaven's sake, leave the government money alone. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save young men everywhere. May they surrender as Oral Roberts of America did.
Has been on TV.
Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. And of course, when we took the break, a Negro man, he is telling me that notwithstanding that the media has identified last night shooting victim as Oral Roberts, he tells me that I have the name incorrectly. But I'm going to go by what the media calls him. The media say he's Oral Roberts, he's 34 years old, and that is what I'm going to call him. But I thank the Negro man who has given me additional information, and I think it's powerful. Well, folks, there is a burning issue that is taking place in the country, and we have not taken note of it, and it greatly distresses me. It distresses me because this incident started officially wrong about the year 2018, and it came to a conclusion perhaps in 2019. The Attorney General at that time was Senator the Honorable Carl Bettel. Carl Bettel attempted to ensure that certain legislation which was designed to prevent money laundering, corruption, and all kinds of skullduggery was dealt with in accordance with a new law. I want Bahamians to take note of it. That legislation covered churches, companies, lodges, junkanoo groups, different organizations. They were required to properly be registered and register with the Attorney General office. If they failed to do it, Carl Bettel, in his capacity, I can only conclude, had the power to strike you off the registrar. You may have forgotten. I have not forgotten, because I happens to be close to a group. I happens to be close to a company, and I happen to be the leader of a junkanoo group called the Bush Warrior. I can talk about it. I'm going to talk about how how the State Minister for Finance attempted to assist me, recognizing that I had certain handicaps. He asked the Bank of the Bahamas to assist me, okay? And they started and they pussyfooted. But I kept quiet as I conduct an investigation to show you how corruption could be so small and so great. So we're going to talk after my spiritual advisor pays bill. Are you ready, my spiritual advisor?
Yeah.
This is powerful.
Do this quickly. All right, the Work Center, located at Rosetta Street across the road from Roberts Furniture, is your one-stop shop for back-to-school Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. So come on down and let their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school, the Work Center. Everybody needs money, everybody needs money always and now. So send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today and send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max, live your max life.
This is powerful. So folks, I'm going to talk about corruption in the junkanoo community. I'm about to show you how Junkanoo is principally not properly organized in accordance with the laws of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. By Junkanoo organizations not being properly organized, it becomes contrary to a law that is designed to monitor all groups so that money laundering and other forms of economic gangsterism can be detected and prevented. I'm going to show you a Junkanoo group which is comprised of some of the most sophisticated Negroes in this country, and among them are some of the most prominent attorneys at law and ruling class personality. But before I identify the Junkanoo group, I want to rush with them for the last time. Mr. Producer, let's rush with the Valley Boys. So, welcome to the Valley Boys. The Valley Boys is 65 years old. How old is the Valley Boys? It's 65 years old. Who are among the leadership and the founding personality of this group? Their leader is the late Gus Cooper. Among the stalwarts of this organization is the third Prime Minister in an independent Bahamas, the Right Honorable Perry Gladstone Christie. Then there are some other sophisticated Negroes. Among them is Attorney Campbell Clare. And then, of course, one of God's anointed, Bishop William Thompson of the Baptist denomination. In 2018-19, these founding people who were alive were required by law to formally register the Valley Boys as a non-profit Junkanoo group so that the Bahamas Financial Center and the other institution can monitor the millions of dollars that is coming through. Not only the Valley Boys, the Saxon. Not only the Saxon, one family. Not only one family, the other Junkanoo groups. Now, I would have identified for you the most sophisticated Junkanoo leaders. There is no one who have more class, either culturally or academically, than those citizens whom I identify. Carl Bettel was the Attorney General, but Carl Bettel was weak. He was impotent, and he went halfway. He did not pursue, in accordance with the law, those who had class, those who had culture. What is your problem?
No.
What is your problem?
Not you.
You're not talking to me, are you? You don't want me to talk about this? Huh?
No.
What's your problem?
I was talking to Paul Willie, not you.
Okay. You know, the devil is everywhere. And so, what then happened? Carl Bettel was supposed to use the law on the Junkanoo group, but he didn't. So, as the time progressed, the Junkanoo group, new leader emerged, a Negro man by the name of Brian Adderley. And there began to be a demand by a new generation of cowbell shakers, goatskin beaters, dancers, bugle. They want accountability and transparency because they wanted to know what was happening to the sponsorship. They demanded an election, and they demanded that the group, for the first time, comply with the law. Hubert Ingram, that's the Right Honorable Hubert Ingram, in 1997, gave the Valley Boys an area just off in the back of the mall at Marathon. Take me to the headquarters of the Valley Boys so you can see the scandal. You have the buildings, those tin buildings. This, I hope, is the photograph of the Valley Boys. Do you see a tin building? Huh? No?
No, sir.
Okay, so we have
What are you looking for?
Well, he may not have gotten it then because I thought it was sent to him.
Where's this building? Clarence Road?
Carriage Road. Yeah, Carriage Road.
Where on Clarence Road?
Just to the rear of the mall. At the
the
mall.
rear of the
The
mall?
government has an office there, but Hubert Ingram gave them an area, and of course, they failed to install toilets. So the men and the women of the Valley Boys, when they assemble to pace and to prepare, they have no toilets. Notwithstanding that Perry Christie, Campbell Clare, Bishop William Thompson, Brian Adderley, and Sandy Sands, Bahama, they are all members of the Junkanoo group called the Valley Boys. You hear me? It's a national disgrace. It is a scandal. And I will show you how terrible the scandal is. Because I have a group called what? The Bush Warrior. And the donation that the government gave, since I was unable to comply with the law due to certain handicaps, I refused to go for the money. You heard me? I look at them Negroes who thought I was stupid. All right? I quietly complained to the State Minister for Finance, that is Michael Halkitis, a senator. I told him the challenge I was having, and if he knew anybody in the Bank of the Bahamas who would quietly give me the assistance to complete the application, to comply with some of the provision of the law that would prevent money laundering. But the Negroes at the Bank of the Bahamas, they took me in a cycle. And notwithstanding that a senior man has been identified, he pointed me in the direction, it was clear that he was not pleased with me and he got lost. And I smiled and I said to myself, if only that Negro knows what I am doing. So let's come forward so I can show you what is happening. So there's a split in the Valley Boys and Trevor Davis. Trevor Davis and a number of Valley Boys. Who's Trevor Davis? I have a photograph of him. Trevor Davis is the younger brother of Prime Minister Philip Davis. So they attempted to get Brian Adley and the ruling elites to comply with the law and to register the Valley Boys as a non-profit organization. It is alleged that they pussyfooted. They didn't want no change. They didn't want no transparency. They didn't want no accountability, and they refused. And then lo and behold, the young generation of the Valley Boys, they complied with the law. They registered to Valley Boys. And the document was signed by the Registrar General. What is her name? Her name is Camille Gomez Jones. I hope I have her name correctly. She is the daughter of the late Progressive Liberal Party former Health Minister, Dr. Perry Gomez. And without me looking at my notes, I think she would have issued that certificate perhaps when, I think it would have been the 8th of February 2023. I want to be more precise because I want to be very kind to her. So I want to see when she would have issued the certificate allowing, quote, the Valley Boys, end quote, to be established as a non-profit organization. Notwithstanding that she did that, something unusual took place in the Registrar General's department. Every attorney, every law student knows that if you form a company or a non-profit organization, and if the name is similar and could cause confusion, the Registrar General will not register the group. It is only registered when you are out to confuse. And so what did they do? It is alleged by attorney Campbell Clare, who is alleged to be a trustee. They established another Valley Boy Junkanoo group. That is what they've done. So, let's see what Campbell Clare and the forces of cultural evil has done. Let us look at what they have done. So I'm trying to find out when Campbell Clare registered what he called, quote, the world famous Valley Boys. So you have the Valley Boys and the world famous Valley Boys. But the Negroes who are in charge of inland revenue, they know it was improper, but it's big time Campbell Clare. So he's able to get a TIN number as the confusion gets out of hand. Now, what has been happening in the Registrar General's department? The allegation is, and it is alleged, that the Attorney General, Senator the Honorable Ryan Pinder, is ignoring the fact that Camille Gomez Jones is a trained attorney who knows the law and should act in accordance with the law. But the allegation is that Ryan Pinder has said, leave the matter just like it is. Now, why is the Attorney General getting in this? Why is Ryan Pinder, if the allegation is true, Why is he not allowing Camille Gomez Jones to correct the mistake? Why is he not allowing that? Why is he attempting to cause this rift? Why is he doing that? Something is fundamentally wrong. And so the investigation continues. And I call on the people of Inland Revenue because they got me mad. And I'll tell you why they have me mad. I'm going off course for a few seconds. I got a 97-year-old Negro woman who lives on the Eastern Road. And practically every other early morning she wakes me up to say how Inland Revenue wouldn't give her a letter exempting her from paying real property taxes when her husband is dead. And I must tell you, I don't know what the husband was doing. He built a big, big house for this woman. Big, big house. It's a beautiful house. I had an opportunity to visit the house. First house I've ever been in where you got about 6 or 7 front room. I got lost from front room to front room. But that's what the man did for his wife out of love. And she can't pay the real property tax and sometimes have challenges trying to get social service to send her a food vouchers. And the people at Inland Revenue seems to be hiding from me, seems to be ducking me. And they didn't know that while they were ducking me, I was conducting an investigation. Camille Gomez Jones, she must correct the mistake. It's a simple matter. She must write a letter to Campbell Clare and tell Campbell Clare this is fundamentally a mistake. There can only be one Wally Boys. And the Campbell Clare, Perry Christie, Bishop, William Thompson, and their chairman, Brian Adley, they should find a different name. It's simple as that. And the Attorney General should be concerned about the law. It should be concerned about the law. This is a law that was designed to monitor money laundering. You hearing? That is what it was designed. And the Minister of Culture. Who's the Minister of Culture? The Minister of Culture is the Minister of Youth. Who's the Minister of Culture?
Mario
Bolek. He must be brazenly bold and demand accountability and transparency like he did with the last Junkanoo group who collect over $30,000 and never took the group to Bay Street. It's one of the biggest games that they pull in this country. So, this is what is going on, and I call on the registrar to correct it. She's such a wonderful woman. She comes from a wonderful family, and she must correct this matter. Because I'm investigating, and I want everybody to know that I am on the side of Trevor Davis, having for a long time examined his documents. You see, I'm not an attorney. I'm a justice of the peace. And I am a learned layman. And you may not know that every day I see things, I hear things, and I know things. I'm displeased with how the Registrar General's Department is operating, and Senator the Honorable Ryan Pinder must allow Miss Gomez Jones to act in accordance with the law, and he should not interfere on these small matters. There's nothing complex in law about this. If you give the wrong name, you correct it. That's how it's done. All right? Who she think Campbell Clare is? Campbell Clare, like all of us, we all citizens. We all into Junkanoo. And Campbell Clare as an attorney, Perry Christie as the former Prime Minister, and an icon in Junkanoo, he ought to have known better. He ought to have known that he should have told Brian Adley a long time ago that there should be the registration of the Valley Boys and that there should be election. Young people everywhere are demanding election and accountability because these senior Junkanoo group, they collect hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the drum skin beater, dancer, and cowbell shaker don't get a dime. I say, Campbell Clear and the top men, they're nothing but a bunch of picky teeth, Montobi. They're frying pans, and they should correct it. All right? I'm still investigating. God save the Valley Boys. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. And of course, this is the time that we do birthdays and shout out. Bradley?
Yeah, I think we just get one birthday today, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this beautiful young lady here. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I couldn't get my Okay, here we go. Happy birthday to Marva Sawyer, the birthday lady. Happy birthday to you. All the best to you, and we hope you live to enjoy many, many more. So Marva Sawyer and Mr. Dudley Sawyer, they are celebrating 48 years of marriage. Okay, so happy anniversary.
This is powerful.
Happy anniversary
happy
to Marva
anniversary.
Sawyer and Mr. Dudley Sawyer.
Yeah.
They're celebrating 48 years. Wow. Okay,
Wow.
congratulations. All the best to you. Such a lovely couple. We hope you live to enjoy many, many, many more. All right.
This is
Great.
powerful. That's it?
What about this notice? Yeah, there's an urgent notice for Central Eleuthera. We understand customers in Gregory Town, Savannah Sound may experience reduced water pressures throughout today, Wednesday, July the 31st, 2024, in order to build water reserves. The corporation regrets any inconvenience this disruption may cause and appreciates the patience and understanding of our valued customer. All right, so the customers in Gregory Town, Savannah Sound. All right. Water and Sewage apologizes for the low water pressure. All right, that's it, Santa.
I thank you, my
Thank you.
spiritual advisor. So, folks, there are some very interesting issues taking place here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas where the law is not fully being complied with, where every group is required to have registered and to register with the Office of the Attorney General. And this law it has something to do, I don't have it in the front of me, but it has to do with ensuring the international community that the various companies, the various organizations, the various religious denominations, Junkanoo groups, lodges, are not being used to launder money. You heard me? To launder money. All right? You check with the Minister of Culture and ask him the last time I showed up to get my seed money, I was not able to comply. Not that they asked me, but I was not able to comply with the law. So I decided, let me leave the government money right there. And when I'm able to comply with the law, I'll return to see them. So this is a mess that is taking place, and something needs to be done. The Registrar General, Camille Gomez Jones, she needs to read the law and follow the law. And once she's following the law, the Attorney General or anyone in the Office of the Attorney General should not interfere. This is Junkanoo. This is a simple thing. You give Campbell Clear almost an identical name after other members properly registered the Valley Boys. That's improper. Any lawyer will tell you that. Any law students will tell you that. I know that. And I'm a layman. I know that. And then Inland Revenue. An argument that is being advanced is that Inland Revenue has access to the computer or the website of the Registrar General. And therefore they can tell what names the Registrar General may have established or incorporated. All right? But in the case of the world famous Valley Boys, they were able to get their tin license almost within days. But I had an experience where I established a company. Perhaps it was July of 2023, perhaps. And it almost took me a year. It almost took me a year. Everything I did. They said, bring A, I took A. Bring B, I took B. And then the next thing I know, the Negro man told me I never did it. He told me I never did it. So I said to the person in charge, this time, may I put it in your Negro hand? And it took long. It took long. And it should not have taken it should not have taken long. And then, of course, I was offended because I do have a big ego. And as a leader of the people there, they could have been more kinder to me. They could have, but they were not. All right? So I want the Junkanoo committee to know that tomorrow I have something to drop on them. And let me tell you why I'm dropping it on them. I'm annoyed when a government name people and I discover they give this Negro the position and I smarter than him and I ain't got no education. But he got university education. But a simple law he does not know. So I should get it. I should get it. So I'm annoyed when you get well-educated people the job and they're dumb. It's better to give it to me because you know I'm dumb, but I will find the right answer. All right? So I'm going to show you tomorrow another twist where the law is not being complied with. And I call on the Attorney General, Senator the Honorable Ryan Pinder. If you're not sure, I'm going to invite you for the first time to speak to former Senator, the Honorable Carl Bettel, because Carl emerged as an expert because I pushed him. I didn't come and tell everybody what I was doing. I pushed him. All right? I pushed him. And so I don't like it. So I want Perry Christie, Campbell Clare, Bishop William Thompson, Brian Adley to know that I'm on the side of Trevor Davis, the brother of the Prime Minister, and I'm on his side because every question I asked and every document I demanded, he complied. That's how you get me. You want me on your side? When I tell you, prove A, and you produce the document, prove B, and you produce the document, you got me on your side. If you can't produce it, then I'll say to you, go back. And I call, and I'm going to leave this now, I call on the Registrar General to tell the Attorney General that you're an educated woman and you should be allowed to follow the law without interference. And this is powerful, and there's nothing they can do with you because you're PLP. You're past PLP. All right? Ain't nothing they could do with you. You stand up and you tell them you are PLP, and you will follow the law, and you cannot be victimized. No PLP can be victimized who's following the law. I finished with that. My spiritual advisor, if you wish, you may comment.
Nah, that was quite a bit.
Thank you.
It is what it is with that.
And, Mr. Producer, what happened to my air condition? Okay? Don't you know they put in a brand new air condition for me? Would you please stop cutting it off?
No, the air conditioner is fine. That's just you and your hyper, whatever it is you're doing, with the Valley Boys.
Anyway.
Right? So you need to calm down, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
So what happens if they don't comply? Then what?
Well, what
is there a law that says if they don't comply, they're not allowed to participate, or they won't get any seed money?
Well, you see, the question arises is whether or not the minister responsible for culture is bold enough to stand up
and ask
to that other group as he stood up to the last bit of scandal.
Yeah. There's a group that
Yeah.
had they actually returned the 30,000,
Mario Bowleg
They paid it
demanded the money.
Yeah. And so the Valley Boys is now split in two, right?
Valley Boys is split in...
Two major groups now.
No, it's not two major groups. Wally Boys is 4/4 of the membership, and Campbell Clare and the people who support him happens to be the world famous Valley Boys. They have 1/4 of the population.
Man, what you talking? You say 4/4. I was like, what you talking about?
No, help me out. The Valley Boys, right, which was established
In 19, you say 62 years ago?
is 65 years
65
old.
years- okay.
But they are called upon to incorporate and or register as a non-profit organization.
Okay.
So they have done that last year. Got it?
Right.
This would be Trevor Davis and others.
Okay.
After Campbell Clare and Brian Adderley now discover that they are at a disadvantage because they fail to comply with the law, they then went and create what they call the world famous Valley Boys.
Okay.
And the Registrar General, Camille Gomez Jones, was wrong to give them that name. And Inland Revenue, they knew better. You got me?
Okay.
So therein lies the problem. And so the question now is, who can get the sponsorship?
Well, that'll be the group that's complying with regulations, eh?
And the one who was established the first. So that's what's going on in the country. But there is another cultural institution that, by the grace of God, I'll show you how they're not complying. And I want them to comply, okay? And this is powerful. Can I relax with a little bit more of the Valley Boys music? Just relax me, and that would be powerful. I salute Valley Boys everywhere, and I think it's time that there is a wonderful gathering of the Valley Boys, and there should be a wonderful rush out. It's powerful, it's powerful, it's powerful, it's powerful. Remember, folks, I'm the leader of the Bush Warriors, okay? But we must do that which is right. Well, having looked at cultural controversy, there's great news that Prime Minister Philip Davis is expected to return to the Bahamas after he would have had his surgery. So that is breaking news that is taking place here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Let's see, Prime Minister Philip Davis is expected to return to the country today after undergoing surgery abroad for compression of his sciatic nerve. According to his wife, Anne Marie Davis, she described her husband's state as, quote, absolutely fantastic, end quote. He's walking around, he's walking faster than I can. As a matter of fact, she said, he's just amazing. He came through to surgery very well. It was very necessary. It was a last resort. He has recovered. He's about 90% there. Mrs. Davis said Mr. Davis could not travel immediately after the surgery because sitting up straight and enduring turbulence would have been difficult. Everything had to heal, she said. The Cleveland Clinic says, pronounce this word for me, my spiritual advisor.
Sciatica.
Sciatica involves irritation, inflammation, pinching, or compression that affects one or more nerves running down the lower back and into the leg. So this is great news, my spiritual advisor.
Indeed, absolutely.
The Prime Minister's had a successful surgery and he is expected to return today. It's powerful.
Indeed.
Isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very powerful indeed. Very powerful indeed. Yeah. So let's see what else we could talk about. Well, we did talk about the lady yesterday who had been found dead. But coming out of Grand Bahama is an interesting piece of news. Officers on Grand Bahama seized 5 high-powered weapons, 1 pistol, over 500 rounds of ammunition, and 11 packages of dangerous dope, marijuana, at a house off East Sunrise Highway on Monday, police reported. Police said a 45-year-old Bahamian man was arrested in connection with the matter. So it's great news coming out of Grand Bahama. The police is doing a wonderful job and they have a whole man in custody. So this is great. Well, what time is it, my spiritual advisor?
About 5:20. We got a couple more minutes in this segment.
Okay, well, let me spend the couple of minutes. Folks, when we took an adjournment, a Negro lady called me. She identified herself as a citizen of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and she was concerned over the fact that I was campaigning for the new leader of the free world. Now, let us not forget that the current leader of the free world is President Joseph Biden. But President Joseph Biden has decided that due to old age, he will not seek the Democratic Party's nomination for president. And therefore, Mrs. Kamala, help me. Harris. She is expected to become the Democrat nominee for president. So that is what is happening. But meanwhile, Donald John Trump, who is, if I have it correctly, the 45th president of the United States, he has been nominated by the Republican Party. It is my hope and prayer that the next leader of the free world, we are representatives of the free world. We have no right to vote for the leader of the free world. And I'd like for the Constitution of the United States to be amended, because if the President of the United States, once elected as President of the United States of America, emerges by virtue of his election as President, or should I say as leader of the free world, I demand the right to be able to vote. Now, I don't know how they would allow that to happen because I'm not a citizen.
No, so it's not going to happen.
But, don't say it ain't going to happen, but I have a right to campaign for the leader of the free world. That's what I'm doing. I am supporting Donald Trump, because whoever wins the United States presidential election shall become our leader, the leader of the free world. And I am a member of the free world, and I demand the right to help Americans to make up their mind as to who my leader of the free world should be. You've never heard this argument before because you've never thought about it. And so I need man leadership. Women are beautiful, but I need man leadership. And I have watched Donald Trump when he was the President of the United States, and listen to me, he did everything in his power to make America great again. And it is my hope and prayer that with the election of Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, he will make America great double. It is my hope and prayer that with the election of Donald Trump, there will be no more wars. It is my hope and prayer that Donald Trump, in charge of the United States, the American economy will grow. And if the American economy prospers, what do you think that means? Don't be fooled. It means that tourism will double. We have 12 million tourists coming, and once Donald Trump is elected, I shall write to him. I shall remind him that I was campaigning in the Bahamas, and we in the Bahamas influenced the election, and I will ask the president, I only want one favor from Donald Trump, you know. I want him to sign an executive order telling American citizens that the Bahamas shall be the vacation destination of every American citizen. Isn't it powerful? I mean, it's a very easy thing. And I know Donald will do it for me. I know Donald will do it for the Bahamas. I call on the Negro people. Let us campaign for brother Donald Trump. God save the new incoming world leader, Donald Trump. God save the United States of America. Fight, fight, fight. Fight, fight, fight. It's powerful. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. We're broadcasting from Nassau, the Bahamas. And I happens to be the unelected national chairman of Making America Great Again, Donald Trump Bahamas branch. And so I salute every American. God save America. God save its citizen. Keep the debates peacefully. But I'm watching y'all because Brother Trump say the Americans is teeth election. Okay? So I got to watch y'all because y'all sound like y'all like Venezuela. And I call on America to stop being third world and stop being a banana republic, and let's have open, fair, free election without intimidation or attempt assassination. So God bless America. God save the United States of America. God save our incoming world leader, President Donald Trump. My spiritual advisor, behold,
let's do
it's
this.
time to take calls.
Let's do this commercials quick. The Work Center located on Rosetta Street across the road from Roberts Furniture is your one-stop shop for back-to-school Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. So come on down and let their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back-to-school. The Work Center. Money Max. Everybody needs money. Always. So send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life. Indeed.
This is powerful.
All right, so we're going to open the lines. The lines are open. You can call us 323-7775-698, 0775-698-0776. Feel free to engage us. We covered quite a bit today. We didn't discuss the Sandals saga and summer, but nevertheless, I guess we can look at
What is happening in
Well, the government is
Sandals?
demanding $30 million in tax payment from Sandals.
Well, Sandals will have to pay. Sandals will pay. Other than that, we'll have to send inland revenue with the police force and the defense force.
See, that's the thing you don't want to do.
Who don't want to do it? You?
Well, that's not the way to collect.
My spiritual
You
advisor.
don't collect taxes by using police force and armed forces. That's not the way.
My spiritual
I don't think the
advisor-
Prime Minister wants that to happen.
My
either.
spiritual advisor, I talk as a descendant of, where is Sandal?
Exuma.
Where you think my mom was born?
Sorry. It's not Sandals. Forgive me.
Make up your mind.
Forgive me. Boy, I hope you don't get sued.
Lead us not into temptations. So
Where's
who is
that
it?
resort again in Exuma? Where's that resort in Exuma? Anyhow, I'll find out. We got a call? It is Sandals that it is Sandals that owes the 30 million? Is it them? Anyhow, we'll check it out. Forgive me. I hope you don't get sued. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sorry.
Kisadi? Kisadi? Who parle Creole?
No, they have to speak English. This is not.
Well, I thought I heard.
It's not a Creole show.
I thought I heard Creole.
Yeah, welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Yes.
You're live.
Okay, we didn't get on the show.
You're live. Go ahead.
Good day.
Good day.
Senator Monko.
Sir, don't listen to yourself. Just turn on your radio and just speak to us.
Yes, okay, I'll pay attention. Spiritual advisor, maybe you could help me with this because I know you're a SAC graduate. We know what happened the last time in the United States election where Donald J. Trump refused to accept the results. What will happen this time when a woman beats him?
Well, we don't know.
Well, you can't speculate on when a woman beats him, because what happened when he win? Do not forget what Brother Trump said. Brother Trump said they robbed him. And if Trump was Negro, I would have been suspicious. But Trump is not only white, he's Caucasian, and I'll be damned if I ignore what white people tell me. Trump say.
And all of his suspicion was not proven that anything illegally happened.
That's because you do not understand the powers of Uncle Sam. All right? Had it not been for God, Donald Trump would not be around today. Everything they pulled on Donald Trump, God set him free. First, God had the Supreme Court of the United States to set him free. Then God had a wonderful female judge in the state of Florida to dismiss the action. Then when they tried to assassinate him, God saved his life. I ain't listening to you. Donald Trump is a white man. If he was black, I'd be suspicious. But he's a white man, and he say they robbed him. All right, hear me?
Well, we do have a black person in the race.
Who black in the race?
So the lady that's going to be
There's
Donald
nothing.
Trump,
She's not an African. All right? How dare you call that woman black? Stop hurting people's feelings. She's not black.
Is she white?
She's brown skin, eh?
She's not black.
Is she white?
She's not white, but she's not black. Is she the color of my spiritual advisor?
no, she's
Look
not.
at my spiritual advisor. This is black.
Y'all stop clowning, man.
No, this is no clowning. You're black.
Spiritual advisor, maybe you can help me. What is going to happen this time when we know what's going to happen? Because the momentum is already on the side of the Democrats.
Yes,
and
we see
they're
that.
going to do what they got to do.
We see that. But you know, it's kind of tough right now to really tell. Although it does seem as if Kamala Harris does have the momentum as far as the campaign and donations are concerned. But remember now, with the American politics and their system, it's the college votes, eh?
Yeah, it is the college votes. I mean,
Yeah.
but they only go by what is done at the polls.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's going to be interesting.
You can't
Just
speculate.
stay tuned, eh?
You can't
Yeah.
speculate. Donald Trump has said if the election is fair, he will accept defeat.
Why are we talking about speculate? The election is in November, and somebody is wearing a red hat saying Donald Trump will win.
Yeah, I am. As a Negro citizen, I'm convinced that Donald Trump is the best thing for black people on the earth. Okay?
I don't.
That's because you're being racist. Stop your racism. Okay? Donald is for us. And I call on you to use your influence and tell American, vote for Donald. Yes, indeed. Donald Trump know what the people need.
Thank you so much, caller.
Yes, okay, sir.
Take
If
it
I
out.
had 100 votes, I would give it to Mrs. Harris.
Well, that's why you ain't got none, because you're cheating.
And you ain't getting an item.
Don't sleep on me, my brother. All I got is vote. 12 million Americans.
All right, Sandra, we got to do something. We have some very, very special weather alert to issue.
In the Bahamas?
And to read, yeah.
Go ahead,
to
my
our
spiritual
world.
advisor.
Bear with us quickly for a couple minutes, please. There's a special weather system and statement that was released by the Department of Meteorology. Let's listen to this very carefully now, okay? There is a special weather statement and strong tropical wave potential that may cross the Bahamas, and here's what it says. A large tropical wave located near the Les Antilles continues to produce a broad area of disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity. Environmental conditions are forecasted to gradually become more conducive for development while the system moves generally northwestward over the Great Antilles and towards the Bahamas. There is the risk of this system developing into a tropical depression by the weekend, while it is in the vicinity of the northwest Bahamas. Regardless of its development, the system is expected to affect the Bahamas this weekend. So here are the possible weather impacts. You got to pay attention to this. In the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Island, which includes Maguana, Inagua, Crooked Island, Acklins, Ragged Island, Long Key, Providenciales, and Grande, showers and thunderstorms will begin by Thursday afternoon and continue until Friday night. Rainfall totals 1 to 2 inches with local isolated maximums up to 4 inches possible. Winds easterly at 15 to 25 knots with higher gusts. Friday and Saturday will be coming east-southwest at 15 to 20 knots late Sunday into Monday. Seas will be 5 to 8 feet over the ocean, but higher in gusts. In the central Bahamas, which includes Exuma, Cat Island, San Salvador, Rum Key, and Long Island, showers and thunderstorms will begin on Friday until Saturday night. Rainfall totals 1 to 2 inches, with local isolated maximum up to 4 inches possible. Winds easterly at 15 to 25 knots on Friday, veering southeast to south at 15 to 20 knots on Saturday. Winds will become southeasterly at 10 to 15 knots by Sunday evening. Seas 5 to 8 feet over, but higher in gusts, decreasing to 4 to 6 feet on Saturday and 2 to 4 feet by Sunday evening. In the northwest Bahamas, which includes Grand Bahama, Bimini, Abaco, Berry Islands, Andros, New Providence, and Eleuthera, showers and thunderstorms will begin on Saturday and continue until Sunday night. Rainfall totals 2 to 4 inches, with local maxima up to 6 inches possible over the extreme northwest islands of Grand Bahama, Bimini, North and Central Abaco. Winds northeast to east at 15 to 20 knots, veering southeasterly at 15 to 25 knots with possible higher gusts by late Saturday into early Sunday. Winds will become southerly at 15 to 20 knots. On Monday, seas 4 to 6 feet, building 5 to 8 feet over the ocean by late Saturday, but high in gusts. Seas will diminish 2 to 4 feet by Monday. Partly sunny and hot conditions are expected over the central and southeast Bahamas, as well as Turks and Caicos Island on Sunday through Monday. So there's some hazards from the tropical wave and potential depression. So heavy rainfall downpours could trigger flash flooding, especially in low-lying and prone areas of the Bahamas. Prolonged rainfall will cause localized flooding with the pooling of surface runoff. The formation of funnel clouds, water spouts, and possible isolated tornadic activity will increase ahead, along, and just after the passage of the system. The public and mariners should seek safe shelter and safe harbor when the weather deteriorates and remain sheltered until the threat has passed. During the passage of the system, small craft operators should not venture far from port and be ready to seek harbor immediately if condition worsens. So this is something very interesting. We all need to get ready and pay attention for this possible. Well, it does seem as if the system is going to affect the entire Bahamas by the weekend. We'll go through this again tomorrow at some point. Thank you so much, producer. Just thought we'd share that alert. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Thank you so much, producer. Just thought we'd share that alert.
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Rodney Manka.
Good afternoon.
Advisor.
Caller, do me a favor, please. Can you turn your radio or TV down, please? Just listen to us. Turn it completely down and just listen to us, okay?
All right. Besides this, oh Lord, I can't find the remote.
Okay, so try find the remote and then call us back. Let's take another call. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hello, spiritual advisor.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, you know.
Great.
Now, that fella sits on the side of you.
That's Rodney
He is
Moncur.
a very racist man, and I want him to stop it. That's
Okay.
all he's promoting on this television station. He's very racist.
When you say racist, what do you mean?
The comments that he's making. Come on, man.
Like how he's calling me black?
I one time, you know, I really thought you would have kind of get him in line, but it seems like you down the slippery slope. with him.
Yeah, he's out of hand.
Yeah, he's out of hand badly, and he needs to come off this TV with his racist self. Look at him. I
When you
want
say,
him to
when,
stop it.
when you say
That's
racist,
wrong.
when you say
Yes,
racist,
he's racist.
okay. Thank you so much,
You know
caller.
that, but you're scared of him.
No, I'm not afraid. When you say racist, you mean like how he's calling me black?
So talk to him.
Okay, I'll do that, caller.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Safe.
Well, thank you, caller. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Staying safe. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. All right, we lost that call. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello.
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought Marco was the leader of the women. Them. He switched from the woman them to Donald Trump.
No, I lead the Bahamian women,
No, sir.
not the American
you,
women.
You know that.
No.
You know that Donald Trump is a lying, cheating white man. Do you know that? Do you realize that?
Look.
And you prefer him over a smart, intelligent black woman.
She's not black. White men
She's a
lie.
mixed black woman.
men lie.
She's mixed black. And you prefer
Have you seen her father?
She
Trump,
doesn't.
a lying, cheating white man?
No. Listen to me. White men lie. Black men lie. All right. Donald, go ahead.
Trump is not safe. You all have a good evening.
We're gonna pray for Donald Trump because he has accepted Jesus. Okay. We're not gonna listen to you.
But I want the folks to recognize that Kamala Harris doesn't identify as black. She identifies as biracial, whatever that's supposed to mean. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Go ahead, caller. You there?
Hello?
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
President Weiser.
Yes, sir.
Rodney Moncur.
Sir,
Now, let me get, I want to carry on for a couple of weeks. I'll say small. Well, you don't know Donald Trump. Donald Daddy was a member of the KKK. But I think in 1970s, the Justice Department sued Donald Trump Hamlin's daddy for getting free money, and they don't want no black people living in the apartments.
well, I'll have you to know that there are many people in the Bahamas who didn't support the PLP.
Your party, the UBP, yeah?
Yes.
I never because of them.
I'm a UBP. I accept that Branson, that Daddy was my leader, but I repented.
With Donald Trump.
I repented.
With Donald Trump. So stop what Donald was a racist.
He's not a perfect human being,
What I'm saying.
but he's the best
No, he's
hope
not.
for the United States.
Chief of Staff say, if you win, God help us. I want you to read what his Chief of Staff say. That he's like mentally, he's like a narcissist who cannot lose.
Well,
His
listen,
nephew and niece wrote a book about him.
I'm not going to listen to his nephew and niece because they ain't got no manners.
Who's the psychologist?
Yeah, they ain't got no manners.
I mean, like, you barked the wrong tree. That's now. Obama, Obama wasn't born in America. He lied. Say he's right. Obama
I'm not going to
was
get
American.
into where Obama born because I don't know
But
where
he's not.
Obama born.
It's American.
Trump-
8 years with distinction.
Trump is our leader. We're going with Trump.
Listen. A week ago, he called Obama, he called Kamala Harris a real garbage.
Okay.
You think that is intelligent?
Well, in politics, you say anything.
The most Perry called Brave, they say that.
Perry Christie would never call Brave garbage.
To be in a good college. I mean, I see that he's a human being.
Listen, I want you to pray for Donald Trump. He's the incoming president and our new world leader. You take it
Go in
care.
charge, and I think she will win. I'll never dream Obama will win. But the go in charge. We as black people, we took a lot. And it's our time
Listen,
now.
stop
All right, thank you.
accepting
Thanks so much,
feminine leadership. We need a macho man like Donald.
Thanks so much, caller.
Donald is the man.
Welcome,
Just stop it. Go ahead.
welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Yes, sir.
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Does
sir.
Mr. Monka believe that God had anything to do with Joe Biden becoming president?
If I believe that God had anything to do with Joe Biden becoming president,
Yes, sir, that's the question.
the most I can say is God has the whole wide world in his hands.
That's a yes or no question, sir.
I have to pray over that.
Oh, I rest my case then.
I thank you.
But
Okay.
if you do something else, I rest my case. Sunday used to say, God set up government and God get them down.
Do you believe in that
Now
concept?
you have to pray on it. Thank you
I-
very much, sir.
Okay, I thank you very much. This is powerful. Next scholar.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good afternoon, Mr. Monta and spiritual advisor.
Hello, my dear.
Mr. Monta, don't tell me to go to OMB. Don't tell me nothing but my pressures go up. Everybody getting calls for their money. I used to work the Club Lando. I used to retire now. I just wanted a woman them.
What?
Please talk to someone who could give us our money. The
Who-
owners are in Virginia.
Who got you all money?
Club Lando closed down on us and redundant everybody and they ain't get paid.
What did the workers' union say about it?
Say, wait till it go to court. I don't know what court.
And have you checked to see if it has gone to court?
Right.
He ain't never gone to court.
Well,
It's
listen.
been 59 years now.
At the moment, I don't have that much influence.
No,
It's-
but you
it's
talk
by-
to the government for.
I can talk to the government.
Please.
I'm going to talk to the government.
Freddie can die. Freddie might go wicked and die. Leave their money what they wait for.
I'm going to talk to the government, and I'm going to pray that Donald Trump wins.
And we get our money for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to pray that Donald Trump wins so I can put a petition to him, okay?
Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump all the way.
Oh,
Thank you,
now
caller.
use one of the women there.
Yes, sir.
Lord, I thank you for this woman who accept my leadership. Listen,
Have a good day.
thank
You-
you.
you too,
Let's
Carter.
pray for
Take care.
Donald Trump. That's the kind of women that I need to support me. Don't mind Donald Trump is white.
Let's take these two calls
All right.
quickly.
Go ahead.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You got 30 seconds. Go ahead, caller. Are you there? All right, missed that call. Sorry. Tomorrow. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You got 30 seconds.
Hello,
Go ahead, caller. Go quickly.
Mr. Manza.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Okay.
Mr. Manka,
Sir,
how are you?
I'm fine.
Your mama ever tell you that some things you talk and some things you don't talk?
That is true.
Now you're wearing a red cap
And a red bow tie.
and a red bow tie.
I'm F&M, you know.
But I didn't ask you that.
I told you.
But try to control that red flag in your mouth. Some things you talk and some things you don't talk.
What?
Have
What?
a good evening. Have a good evening.
Do well,
Thank you.
comrade.
Thank you,
God
caller.
bless you.
Take care.
Okay.
How far are we
Let's
now?
take this, okay, let's take this last call. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Turn your radio and TV down, please, caller. Hello.
Don't take no more calls.
Yeah, go ahead, caller, quickly. No. Sorry.
No more call. No more call. Well, folks,
Bye.
we're coming
Sorry
to
about
the end of our show. It's been an exciting day. We thank God that we live in a democracy. We thank God in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, it's one man, one vote. And we have had a history of open and fair election. And you will take note that there's never any serious allegation of election fraud. Our election is fair, it's transparent. In the United States, their last presidential election, Donald Trump accused the American institution of robbing him. So we who live in the free world, we have to ensure that the elections in the United States are fair. It's very important for world peace. If there's no fair election in the United States, civil war can break out. If civil war breaks out, I believe that World War III can break out. So we have to pray for the people of the United States of America. We have to pray for its institution, that it will be fair, that it will not cheat. It's very important because the last campaign, it was horrible. So I am supporting Donald Trump. If you wish to support Mrs. Kamala Harris, you're free to do so. But as for me and my household and the people who accept my leadership, we shall pray, we shall campaign for Donald Trump. As for the lady who contacted me last night, having thought about it, it would be a sin if you spend $1,000 on Donald Trump Bible for me. Please do not spend $1,000. See if you can find something cheaper, but $1,000 would not be fair. Okay? Listen, folks, let's ask God to save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Let's ask God to save the United States of America. Let's ask God to deliver Donald Trump as the next president of the United States and the leader of the free world. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King, King Charles III, and the entire royal family.